Happy Sunday once again, Vol Nation. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. Lady Vols go down. They drain the swamp. They out-wrestle the Gators. I could find all the cliches that I want to on this one. But another big win for the Lady Vols today as they go to 21-6 on the season. And, just another good victory where maybe they didn't start off so good in the first half. But what encouraged me was numerous times this year that third quarter has been their Achilles heel. Today, they put up 37 points in the third quarter, and that enabled them to get to a victory. 12-16, 37-21 is the way they went today. They were outscored both quarters of the first half. The big quarter for them, 37-20 in the third quarter, 21-21 in the fourth quarter. And obviously, that third quarter is the difference in the game. Make sure you hit that like, that share, that thumbs up. If you have not and you like the content, hit that subscribe as well. I get a lot of comments on here, and I'll be honest with some Lady Vols content. I get some really interesting comments with it. A lot of you guys that are regulars, you're pretty level-headed. I bickered with somebody last week saying that the UConn victory was a miracle. And then I said, it's not a miracle. And I rattled off how close they were. And then this person goes in a totally different direction and says, you're proving nothing with your comments. So, it can be aggravating at times with it. But you guys that are regulars that I know from a regular basis who comment, y'all rule. And Lady Vols, they're getting down the stretch. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, for lack of a better term, in the season with the Lady Vols. And looking at their schedule right now, you are looking at, as I go down it, you've got Kentucky Thursday night. We've said for a bit, this is easily the toughest game left on the schedule. Kentucky in Lexington Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Next Sunday at noon, Georgia at home. That concludes the regular season. And then March 5th through 9th here in Greenville, South Carolina, it is SEC Women's Tournament. Mystic Frank is going out on a limb right here and saying that this Lady Vols team is going to pull off a big one in that SEC Women's Tournament. I'm not saying they're going to win it, all right? But I'm telling you right now, they're going to pull off a big one, a big upset in that tournament. And my final projection with this team is Thursday's going to be tough against Kentucky. Make no mistake about it. But I think this team shows up. They'll win that ball game. If they don't, Kentucky is very easily good enough to beat them. But, I'm going out on a limb and saying they're going to get one of these top 10 teams in Greenville. And you know what? Frank Rock might be there to witness it. He might be there to record a short to say, "Old Mystic Frank told you so" on it. Called it. I said they're going to get one of LSU, South Carolina, or UConn. It went down to the buzzer on that one, but we got it. They're going to get somebody in Greenville. This team keeps getting better and better along the way. That doesn't mean they're going to be perfect. That doesn't mean they're going to win every single quarter along the way. But what that means is this team keeps making improvements. That's what encourages me is just the improvements I've seen along the way this year. And sometimes you're not able to make those improvements until you start playing better competition. The best competition they saw in non-conference was Middle Tennessee, Florida State, and Iowa. That I'm not including UConn because they didn't see UConn until after conference play had started. You get into conference play and they hit that little bit of stretch where they had a tough time, but they played competition that they had not played all year long in Oklahoma, Texas, LSU, South Carolina, et cetera, et cetera. But then they come up, they were able to make – they've made adjustments to the way they play along the way. So let's look today in the stats. Cooper led the way, 18 points on the day, 5 rebounds. Spearman, 16 points, 5 rebounds on the day. Spencer, 11 points, 11 rebounds on the day. Jewel Spear, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Darby got the start today. She played 14 minutes, 3 points. She took one shot. It was a 3-pointer. She hit it. She had 2 rebounds, 1 block. Whitehorn, 10 points, 7 rebounds on the day, 2 assists. Latham, 6 points. Boyd, 5 points. Hiling shed 4. Puckett, 3 on the day. Everyone who played today did score. And again, along the way, you look at, just what this team did. And trying to find here as well. Let me pull up. So the main stats I want to look at are from the team. I did not get the live ones, which kind of stinks. But rebounding today. Lady Vols had 42 rebounds. Florida 47. Assist 12 to 10 for Florida. Turnovers. Florida had 21. Lady Vols had 13. There's a big difference in the game today for them. And then look at 3-pointers. Lady Vols are 10 out of 29. Florida, 2 out of 17 is Jordan Moore, who's been on here numerous times for the men's Vols basketball, says the 3-pointer is the great equalizer. 10 out of 29 versus 2 out of 17. That is a 24-point difference today. Field goals, Lady Vols 33 out of 81. Florida 30 out of 65 on the day. There's, I think you can take that in as once again, it's the same as yesterday with Tennessee versus Texas A&M. The great equalizer again today was the 3-pointer as the Lady Vols took care of business on that one. But exciting day, a big-time weekend for Tennessee athletics. Tennessee men gets arguably their best win of the season yesterday over Texas A&M on the road. Tennessee baseball swept Samford this weekend. A little bit of a tougher series today. They run-ruled them. The first 2 games a little bit tougher. And then the Lady Vols get the big win today. And I've not even talked about Lady Vols softball. As I've said, I'm going to cover that. I'll be honest, guys. I just don't. I've not gained the time for that right now. And first and foremost, this is a baseball channel. This is, if all teams played at the same time, I'm covering Tennessee baseball over anything else. That's what I created this channel most of all to do, was Tennessee baseball. But we will at some point get around to Tennessee Lady Vols softball. It's pretty chaotic right now, but it's coming at some point. Another big win. The Lady Vols are still in that range. Right now, they would be considered a 4 seed. But if you take care of business next week, last week of the regular season, and then you go to Greenville and you get that big win that I'm predicting right now, they're going to get somebody. They're going to get one of these big teams in Greenville. That could propel them up to a 3 seed. In worst case, at this point, I think they're a 4 seed in the tournament. So I think they're hosting regardless. The big thing's going to be, who do you get matched up with along the way? And that could be a big one for this Lady Vols program. But Kim Caldwell, her staff, they've done a phenomenal job this year. And you can just see the improvement that's being made from non-conference, early conference, here to the end of the year. Just in areas where they struggled earlier in the year, now they keep getting better in them. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with down the stretch. And, even if I'm wrong about my prediction in the women's SEC tournament, when they get to the big dance, the NCAA women's tournament, they're going to make some noise. They're going to make some noise. I would not want to face them if I'm one of these higher seeds along the way. You all have a great rest of your Sunday. This is Frank, House of Orange. Make sure you hit that like, that share. Sharing out the content is probably the biggest way you can help if you're not a member or if you're not joining the Patreon. With that said, also, if you like the content and you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure you check out the link in the description for the membership and the Patreon. Those are great helps to this channel. Cannot stress that enough. But Frank Rock House of Orange Sports Channel, it's always a beautiful day to wear the orange.